Vanna Howard, and thank you for being here today. My name is Yandel Miranda, and we are young adults at UTEC. We appreciate you taking the time to join UTEC's Youth-Led State Senate Candidate Series.
Thank you.
Hello, Representative. My name is Isabella. This interview is youth-led and focused on issues that directly impact their lives, like housing, jobs, mental health, criminal justice reform, and access to services. UTEC has a history of learning about candidates through candidate forums since 2005, and we appreciate you joining that legacy today. Our goal is to learn more about you, your priorities, and how you would show up for young people and families if elected to the state senate.
You will be asked a series of questions that we came up with and that are the same for each candidate. You will have 2.5 minutes to answer each question, and we will let you know how much time you have left throughout the interview. To start us off, can you share what motivated you to run for this position and what you focused on first as you were elected?
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. My reason for when I ran for the state representative, same now for the same reason am I running a candidate for the state senate now. My professional career has always been about helping people, and my lived experience coming here as an immigrant, as a refugee, not speaking a word of English, it wasn't easy, but this community, this state supported me, helped me and my family. So I just want to, give back. So I have dedicated my life to giving back, to make a difference, to make change, positive change, and to make vital contribution to our communities.
Housing is really expensive for young adults, and it can be difficult to navigate housing resources. How do you see the current housing situation in the state, and what would you do to make housing more stable and affordable?
That's a good question. I was proud to vote and testify in support of the Homes Affordability Act, and that delegated about a little bit more than $5 billion into supporting housing, especially housing for our young adults that experience homelessness, but also to support young adults aging out of foster home, and the city has started a housing trust fund to also support that as well. So the more supply, the lower rent cost of housing for the rent. And so I was proud to support in making sure that our young adults have safe and suitable housing to live. When I say housing that's affordable, what it means to me, I experience homelessness myself, so I understand what it means to be a young mom. I was in my early 20s when I became homelessness as a young mom, but also a young adult. And so it wasn't easy, but again, this community helped me through, and so I know what it's like to have safe and safe housing, safe community, but a roof over your head. That's the most very important is to have home, safe home to have, and then you can begin to start thinking about your health, your job, anything else. First and foremost important is to have safe home, safe housing.
Senator Kennedy was a strong supporter of UTEC and helped support funding every year for our mattress recycling social enterprise. If you were elected, would you continue to advocate for the funding for the mattress recycling social enterprise line item in the state budget?
Absolutely. I worked closely with Senator Kennedy on that, on the mattress recycling program. We actually even discussed or have a legislation, a statewide legislation for the mattress recycling program. And I'm also a customer of that program. So it's a great program. What a legacy to leave for our future generations. To really future generation, but for our youth, to focus on recycling and conservation. And so, Senator Kennedy and we didn't just work on that one important piece of legislation, that master's recycling program, to, for the last budget session, for the last actually three budget session, he was able to bring in $500,000 each budget for that. So it was very important. And when he ran in 2018, so not just that, he and I, we went way back to many years collaborating, not just on that one particular program. When he ran for the Senate seat in 2018, I was there, door knocking for him, believed in him, supported him, endorsed him, and so we worked great together. And it's such a huge loss because so what a legacy to leave for our future generation. That mattress program that that he started, and so yes.
Lots.
In terms of the overall budget, do you have any other ideas or priorities to best support organizations like UTEC?
So I have supported, since I became a representative, this is my third term, my fifth year, I have supported not just that program, but also all the line items for youth prevention program, for the emerging reentry adult program. So I always supported Greg Croto, always reach out. We collaborated between UTEC and myself and many of my colleagues to always make sure that we supported those line items, that they are replenished every budget session. So anything that we collaborate on new budget to file. Just this past session for the FY26, we collaborated on bringing more funding to UTEC for all the many amazing programs that have been proven success. And so it's to be continued. It's collaboration, and I have worked closely with UTEC on making sure that UTEC continue to receive appropriate funding to continue all the many programs that have been proven a success.
Thank you.
As you know, we advocate for legislation called Raise the Age, which would gradually raise the age of juvenile convictions to include 21-year-olds. Is this something you support? Why or why not?
I do support it. I actually, the lead sponsors of the bill, I work closely with, and actually a Celtic basketball player came to the State House, Jaylen Brown, and to advocate of that. So yes, I am in support of that initiative. But also, as we all know, mental and brain, develop later in life, right? So develop later in life. So it's important that I'm not for extended terms for juvenile in general, but except for the most serious crimes. And so, like I said, our brain, our mental, develop later in life. So we need to look at all the proven success. We need to, if there's no support, no budget, we should try a pilot program to see if it's be proven a success or not. So let's do a pilot program and see how that become. Okay. So, but I support the raising the age.
Young people want to work but face barriers to getting jobs, especially those with a criminal history. How would you help create more job opportunities for young people, especially those who are impacted by past criminal involvement?
Our young adults, should have a second chance. okay? And what UTEC is providing, it's a proven success, providing them with, including with training, and job skills to make sure that they lead, a path towards a job and a future. And it's and regardless of your background, everyone should have a second chance, to work on improving their lives. And so, yes, what UTEC is doing with a young adult for the reentry program, to making sure that UTEC provide wraparound services, training, mental health services, so that they can be a successful young adult towards a job and a future for them. But I will, continue to support UTEC to make sure that our young adults not, thrive and survive at the same time.
Thank you. So many young people struggle to find mental health services that are affordable and easy to access. What would you do to make sure everyone can get the mental health care they need?
I was proud to, in the last budget, voted to support the mental health and substance abuse in millions of dollars. I work closely with the chair of the mental health and substance abuse. In fact, my office is in the same office of the mental health and substance abuse committee, and so I see the chair all the time, and it's really to make sure we continue to work to make sure my previous job at Lowell Community Health Center right here, so I have a great deal of knowledge when it comes to the issues when it comes to mental health, because you want to do everything to avoid tragedies, to our young adults, or even to families, but also to perhaps incarcerated, right? So we want to. I will continue to advocate, and because of that personal experience that I had working for Lowell Community Health Center to provide mental health services for the community, but also for our young adults. So that work experience, that experience that I have personally by working over there, so I understand the issues of our young adults and especially mental health happening. So we want to do everything we can. I commit to making sure and continue to advocate to make sure that our young adults move on the right path and provide them with all the resources available to them.
Thank you.
It can be really difficult to navigate basic services like the RMV and other state agencies. How would you work to make these services more accessible and less frustrating for people?
So working, it's really to make sure that, we have all the resources available, being a state rep, and prior to that, all these years, but with all my involvement in the communities, but also working for Congresswoman Nikki Songas for 12 years, now that I'm a state rep, I work closely with the RMV to make sure that our community receive their proper license, their proper ID, because without your ID, you can't get housing, you can't get jobs. I was honored that Speaker Mariano had the confidence in me he appointed me to serve on the commission on the structural racism at Department of Correction. And so because on that commission, from that commission, I visited many prisons and house corrections. And the first thing that incarcerated men and women talk about is that when they leave jail or prison, they left without any proper identifications. And so that was so we were able to implement that and speak with the DOC's staff, the admin, to make sure that before they being released, prior to release to make sure that they have all that proper identification. So, there's still a lot of more work to do, but that was the first thing that our formerly incarcerated men and women asked for, is to make sure that they have that proper identification. So I was, proud to be appointed to serve on that, because I learned so much of all the things of, for our men and women for their reentry without proper education, without that, they can't get housing, they can't get jobs. So that's the first step. So we were able to make sure that was a priority for DOC.
Very.
And I also serve on the Racial Equity, Civil Rights, and Inclusion, that committee, and to make sure that, to look at that, everyone's treated with fair, equally, and with, equity.
Thank you.
Do you support second chances and clean slate policies for young people? And how would you advance these efforts?
I would want to read the language first, but again, like I mentioned earlier, young adults, should receive, I believe, in second chance. They should, receive the second chance, including, training and other kind of life training to, a path towards jobs and skill training. Again, I'm not one to extend, terms for a juvenile in general, but except perhaps for the most serious crimes. But yes, second chance include trainings and any mental health services, wraparound services, so that they can be on the right path to, the right path towards job and a future, and yes.
Thank you. That's it for today. Thank you for answering our questions and acknowledging our needs. We appreciate your time. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to learn more about your viewpoints and beliefs.
Well, thank you for giving me this space. Thank you. Great job.